Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are TwoPaperGirls.
Somehow it's already September. We were both talking like, what did we even do in August? Like, I don't know what happened in August apart from a few rubbish things and my dad's birthday. Like, I don't know what August was, but then they're like, I met V Schwab in August and that was great, and I met Maddie and B, and like, I've had a lot of nice things, but August just didn't happen. It was like a blink of an eye.
September's quite a busy month for us because we're going back to uni and it's all of a kerfuffle because there's just going to be a lot going on. But we still have our books that we want to read on our TBR, so we're going to share those with you today.
We will be doing a full autumn semester reading list coming up for you in the near future, probably late September when we're back at uni. But we will be talking about some uni books, so I'm going to do those first and get them out of the way. We both are doing a module called Screen Shakespeare's, which we'll explain more in that video. That comes with around 5 books we have to read, and these are the first 2, so I'd like to read these in September and get ahead. So the first is The Tempest, the other one is Richard III, which I tried to read in the booktubeathon and didn't happen. But me and Amy saw the film of this, which was great, and we've done The Tempest before, so these should be easy to get through.
The first thing that I want to read in September is to finish A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've got about half of it left, so hopefully I will. I'm really enjoying it so far, so hopefully I'll be able to finish this, and Laura says that I can borrow A Court of Mist and Fury, so hopefully I can get around to reading that one before the end of the year.
As I mentioned in the August wrap-up as well, I started Winger, and I wasn't a massive fan because I'm not in a big contemporary mood, but I also do feel like enough into the story that I know what's going on, so I do really want to finish this book. I do kind of have other priorities, but hopefully I will also get around to finishing this.
The next thing that I want to read in September is To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. This will actually be like a 3rd or 4th reread. I always come back to this book in my academic studies. I'm doing it for my dissertation, hopefully. Keeps changing, but hopefully this will stay the same. I really love this book. It's definitely like one of my favourite classics like of all time, and I just love studying and talking about it.
As I mentioned in the August wrap-up, I just raided the library's selection of graphic novels, anyone that I found interested in. Read a couple last month, and these need to be returned before I go back to uni, obviously, because I'm not going to be at home to return them to the library. So I'm hopefully just going to like whiz through these. I've just been trying to sit down and just read them like every now and again. The first one is this Doctor Who one, which I did start but then ended up getting distracted by Life of Pi, I think. It's called Revolution of Terror, and it's #1 in like the David Tennant thing. They're kind of doing like graphic novels for each Doctor, which is really cool. This is the first David Tennant one. Unfortunately the art inside isn't as pretty as this cover. They were kind of like introducing a new companion and stuff. It's meant to be like post-Donna, but either way it's short and fun, so hopefully I can just whiz through this. Sorry about the plane. Then they had Lumberjanes Volume 1, which was really exciting because I've always wanted to read this, but I've never bought it, so I was like, I'll get it out of the library and see what I think. The next one I'm not sure if I'll get to because it's pretty big, but it's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen by Alan Moore, who did V for Vendetta and Watchmen. I loved V for Vendetta. I have Watchmen at home, and I was excited to see this because basically all the characters are like literary figures. There's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and stuff, and it's all like those 1800s authors and characters, so it just sounds really cool, but it is pretty big, and I do want to read actual books and not just graphic novels and Shakespeare this month, so we'll see. And the last one, and then I can stop talking, is Why, The Last Man Deluxe Edition Book 1, and this is the author that wrote Saga, Brian K. Vaughan, and that's basically the reason I picked it up. I think this is a series of around 5, so I don't know where I'll get my hands on the others if I do really like this, but basically it's like all women have died, or all men after a certain age die. It seems like a trippy dystopian but with really nice art, and I really like Saga, so hopefully this is good.
The next thing that I want to read is The Waves by Virginia Woolf because I'm doing a comparative study of The Waves and To the Lighthouse about time and stuff for my dissertation, so hopefully it'll be more in depth than that. I tried to read Waves before, but I didn't really enjoy it because I was just like, this is so hard to get into because it's just stream of consciousness. You have to really concentrate on who's talking, but I feel like I'm ready for it, and I've got to read it and really like take notes on it, so hopefully it'll be good. And I do like Virginia Woolf, even though I've only read like 2 things, so hopefully I will become an expert this year.
On my TBR last month was Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas because Empire Storms is coming out like next week or something, so I feel like I'm going to get really hyped for Sarah J Maas and Throne of Glass. But it's so big. But I always try and have an audiobook on the go, and I finished Life of Pi last month, so I think I'll just like start listening to the audiobook of this until I get into it while I read like the graphic novels and Shakespeare on the side, and then hopefully I'll get really into it with the audiobook and fly through it. But I've heard this is slow, which is difficult because Air of Fire was slow, And I've also heard people say they've read spoilers for Empire of Storms and they're so disgusted that they're not going to read it. So who knows where this series is going. It was great, and a lot of people are saying it just goes bad, but I hope I'm one of those people who really loves this book and says it's the best one. I have high hopes because all my problems with Air of Fire seem to have gone with this one, so there's no reason I shouldn't like it, but I'm sceptical.
And the last thing that I want to get around to reading in September is On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher. If you watch this channel, you know we're meeting her. We're so excited. Monday the 12th of September in Birmingham, in the Glee Club. I'm really excited. It's going to be really, really good. And I reckon because of the hype of meeting her, I'll just want to pick it up straight away. True. I've heard such good things.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. And like with the 2 plays and like the 2 like my dissertation books and the other side, I'm thinking September's just going to go. I think it's going to be even quicker than August because we've got so much on and we're going back to uni. I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself to read stuff because we're going to have uni stuff cropping up all over the place as well. Yeah. So hopefully October will be more of a fun book kind of month. But yeah, that's generally what I'm going to read in September.
My TBR is already really huge, but plays and graphic novels don't take too long to read, so I kind of feel like the only proper books I'm trying to read are Winger, which is quick, and Queen of Shadows, which is like audiobook. So I have grabbed these as well, Illuminate and You, because I'm in the mood for a thriller and I'm back in the mood for Illuminate. So both of these might happen, but you know what I'm like with TBRs, I never do everything. But I like to set myself goals, and I nearly read all my TBR last month, so who knows what will happen. I kind of feel like within a week I'll have read Winger and all the graphic novels and a play, so then I'll have like the whole month free to myself, but who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going on holiday, which either means I'll read a lot or not read at all. We'll see.
So there are all the books that we want to read in September. We've been quite ambitious because we've got a really busy month, but let us know down below what you want to read this September.
Give us some encouragement to read these books. Let us know if you think it's an amazing book and we have to read it straight away, even if that's Virginia Woolf. Like, not expecting you all to say, oh my god, you have to read Queen of Shadows. Like, we want some support for our uni reading too. So let us know what you want to read and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.